This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Catastrophic flooding in Nashville, Illinois after one dam is breached and another overflows. Rushing floodwaters catch drivers in St. Clair County by surprise.
I thought it was just a small flood, little tiny puddle, so I drove through it. I was wrong.
Plus people trapped in an RV park in Fenton.
I told my wife, I said, I can see the creek from here. I said, that's not a good thing.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. The rain, it just wouldn't stop. As much as 8 inches fell in areas in about 12 hours. We are in a weather impact alert tonight. We have team coverage. Our reporters are across the region. Let's begin with Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell.
Well, Ann and Mike, first thing we want to set the record straight here. We are not looking at additional heavy rainfall in the immediate future. All that heavy rain we saw earlier today has eased now and has pushed out of the area, but boy, did it come down, especially along the I-64 corridor, going from St. Louis east across St. Clair County and into Washington County. 4 to radar estimates, 7 to 8 inches of rain. That over 5 inches was confirmed for sure at Scott Air Force Base, and that stretched over towards Mount Vernon. We still have flash flood warnings for a little bit longer in Jefferson County, Illinois. This was also another problem we had. Look at the trees here, sheared a bit. This from Lucas. Storm chasing this afternoon near Cedar Hill. That's a potential small tornado that was prompting the warning that we were bringing you around and just after lunchtime today. We are still in our weather impact alert this evening from 8 o'clock until about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's when more thunderstorms are expected to develop across the region, mainly south of St. Louis, across our southern counties. The potential's there for some more gusty winds. Unfortunately, the potential's there for additional heavy rainfall, so creeks, streams, we'll be watching those. However, the areas that are expecting heavy rainfall tonight did not get the heaviest rain today. Stay aware, make sure you have those notifications, and still, as we're draining water, don't drive into water-covered roads. If there's water flowing across the road, you don't want to drive in that. We'll update you with our future cast in just a few minutes, Mike.
Now to that developing story in Washington County, Illinois, where heavy rain caused widespread flooding today. The worst flooding happened in Nashville, where the Nashville City Reservoir Dam overtopped and a secondary dam failed. We have 2 reports from Nashville. Let's begin with Megan Kernan, who is live near that dam to begin our coverage. Megan.
Well, Mike, we've been in Nashville since noon, and right where I'm standing was completely flooded. Now, you couldn't even see the road all the way there down to the end. And right over here, the secondary dam of the city reservoir. It's designed to fail to prevent the primary dam from failing. Now, it definitely did its job, but left a huge mess. You can see firefighters and police officers over here using some drones, hopefully to figure out what's going on with this dam. But thankfully, there haven't been any significant injuries or deaths. Now, this afternoon, the Washington County EMA posted an update saying some residents reported water in their homes up to waist level and rescued at least one person from their house. Hundreds of residents were forced out of their homes today in the affected downstream area. A total of about 200 homes were evacuated. Some of the yards near the dam look like lakes right now, including Lloyd Carmeyer's home. His whole front yard is completely flooded, but that's not all. His driveway was also damaged. We captured him and his wife's reaction to seeing the end of their driveway completely ripped up from the flood for the first time. Take a listen.
Look at the bricks. We got work to do. Oh my. It took out most of that planking. That'll take more than me repairing it. We've lived here since 1974 and we've never seen the water this high. And this was like a raging river when we looked out this morning.
Now, as you can see, the water in his yard has receded. The Carmeyer's yard is once a yard again. It's no longer a lake. Now, the Washington County EMA says evacuation is complete at this time. There is a shelter available for displaced residents. That's at Trinity Lutheran Church. EMA officials advise residents in this area to stay at home and stay off those roads that are still covered in water. Reporting live in Nashville, Megan Kernan, 5 on your side.
Robert Townsend continues our team coverage from Washington County. He's live just outside of Nashville, where flooding is affecting businesses and travelers. Robert.
Hey there, Ann. Let me tell you, the good news here is that the heavy rain stopped falling a few hours ago. But let me tell you this, the flash flooding definitely leaving its mark on this area. Just look at this huge farm field right off State Road 127 that leads into Nashville. It is still covered with all that muddy water. Now, residents and drivers say when the nearby secondary dam overtopped this morning, it immediately sent waves and waves of water all across this Washington County area. Flash floods turned farm fields into rivers. The parking lots at a popular McDonald's, a gas station, and other businesses were all flooded in just a matter of minutes. Now, authorities shut down sections of State Road 127 for hours as weary drivers, waited it out. David Spivey, his wife, and their 4 dogs were traveling to the Grand Canyon when they turned off onto 127, ran out of gas, and got stuck in this traffic nightmare.
We got detoured off the interstate about 35 miles ago, and we only had an eighth of a tank then. So we've been going down back roads to get to this gas station.
We went to another gas station.
You guys were stuck here for more than an hour now?
Yes.
So what are you going to do?
We don't know. We don't know what we're going to do. We're just stuck.
The good news is they finally pulled out of here just a few minutes ago. Now you can see the sun is finally out here, but a lot of those businesses are still closed for the day. Live near Nashville, I'm Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Washington County wasn't the only place where torrential rain fell today. In St. Clair County, flash flooding led to water rescues in several communities. One of the hardest hit areas was Shiloh, where knee-deep water created some dangerous situations. Our Annie Krall is there live. She talked to drivers and local business owners who said today's storm was one of the worst they'd ever seen. Annie.
That's right, Mike. A local driver who I was speaking with earlier this morning said that dark, sideways rain this morning was something out of a movie. Not to mention a Greenmount Crossing business owner said that he's been here for 13 years, and right here in this parking lot, there was standing water up to our knees. He's never seen that in 13 years, but it was a Belleville man who was on his way to work when his friends had to come and rescue him off the roads. And you'll see right here, that man is Hunter Beischer. He was on his way to work, and he spoke with us just after this morning when he was sitting on the hood of his car for safety because his engine had flooded. Driving through what he thought was a small puddle, it turned out to become a much bigger problem around 9 o'clock. The Mascoutah Police Department says there were multiple water rescues here in St. Clair County, one on State Route 161 and another near Scott Air Force Base where the vehicle was almost completely submerged. One business manager nearby said that they've had this area renovated just in the last year to try and get water to recede much faster near Frank Scott Parkway, a stark reality for Hunter as water flooded through his door cracks inside his car.
It was really scary. A lot of things started going through my mind at that point, like what am I going to do? I still need to get home, need to come back to work. How am I going to get there? Stuff like that. It was pretty scary.
Hunter tells me that now one of his biggest concerns is getting the money to make sure that his repairs can come through. Luckily, his car is already at the dealership, but again, it's a testament to just how many problems drivers are left with here in the aftermath of that storm. Reporting live in Shiloh, Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
On the other side of the river, St. Charles County also saw flash flooding, and multiple first responders came rushing to the scene.
Our Justina Coronel joins us live from the Central County Fire and Rescue in St. Peters. Justina.
The fire chief tells me that their work really began at 11:30, and from there it was 90 minutes of chaos. Now, the video that's about to roll on your screen was what fire crews faced earlier today in unincorporated St. Charles County. Fire Chief John Schneider said they rescued 11 people, including 2 children. This including rescuing people from their stalled cars or from their homes. Schneider said water is unpredictable, and that's why it can make the job dangerous. Despite all the safety precautions in place, he said water has a mind of its own. Beyond the water rescues, they also had to attend a lightning strike at a home and a tree slamming into another home.
It was 90 minutes of hard work. I'm sure they're all resting tonight, and we have some more rain coming in this evening. So be prepared, be vigilant, and take care of yourself.
The fire chief says people stall because people aren't expecting the road to take a dip, and that's when people get stuck. He urges everyone to be safe. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
And of course, as we mentioned, the flash flooding causing major problems on the road.
Paul Cook is tracking delays and closures right now. Paul, how are we looking?
Well, we definitely have more closures than delays, but this is a safety issue out there. Absolutely, you don't want to go past water that you don't know how deep it is. We are still shut down here. Now, 64 in Illinois going east and west is open. That's open, but nearby, Route 15 and 127 still closed. I'm going to take this map, move a little bit further to the west. St. Libory, also on Route 15, is closed, going both directions because of that ponding water. And then downtown as well on Shoto. Just be careful there near Compton. We have some water you don't want to drive through, guys.
Surrounded by water, emergency crews rush in to rescue residents from a Fenton RV park.
Helping hands. Volunteers form a human chain, saving animals trapped in a flooded shelter.